Welcome to the Car Guys. This week we're actually testing a real hot hatch. This is the Fiesta ST3. So here we go, Fiesta ST, an actual real life hot hatch. This is the ST3, 197-ish kind of brake horsepower, all the bells and whistles. Three cylinder turbocharged engine. We've got a limited slip differential in this car, which we hope is going to make it very nice through the old twisties. Initial thoughts are the steering has this very annoying weight around the centre. It's almost like it doesn't want you to turn away from centre. It's not pleasant, but as soon as you turn into a corner, it seems to loosen up a little bit. Driving position wise, nice and low in the car. You feel like a proper boy racer. I think I should probably have my baseball cap on the wrong way round. Right, we've got it nicely warmed up now, so let's pitch it into a couple of corners and see where we get to. So initial turning is really nice. I like that. You can feel the front washing wide. It's got a useful turn of speed. Quite a lot of torque steer from that though, which I wasn't expecting. I thought the LSD might dial all of that out. Clearly not. It's pretty quick. I'm not sure you'd want anything much quicker, and it's got really good turning. I really like that. That's amazing. It's a proper little scamp of a car. Roads are a bit greasy, so just to be a little careful. Really quite nice though. I like it a lot. Really get that nose tucked in, get back on the power, pulls you out. Sneaky suspicion that this car would like to wag its tail. I think this would be lifting a wheel if we were going much quicker, which is brilliant. So it's a good front-engined, front-wheel drive hot hatch. It's got all of the handling bits that you associate with a car like this, which means that you can really get it tucked in, get on the power, pull itself out. It's really good. I like that a lot. Brake hard, get in, pull itself straight. This car is a lot of fun. This is really good. Body control is very, very precise. You can stick it where you want it. I mean, obviously it's a bit jiggly because it's little, but you expect that out of a small car. The steering, very sharp. I mean, we've got literally, I would guess, maybe only a couple of turns lock to lock on this, which really helps. The dartiness, it feels very darty, this car. Tip it in, pull it out, really nice. That is a lot of fun. Really good exhaust sound on this car, although I'm not sure if it's piped through the stereo or not. It's difficult to tell. Maybe someone can tell us if that's the case, but it sounds quite fruity, which I quite like, considering it's only a 3-cylinder car. It is quite noisy. The gear stick is very nice, quite a short throw. I'm loving the interior. These little bits of carbon that we've got going on around the dashboard are very nice. Fiestas obviously have come a very long way since the first Mk1 Fiesta, which I had one of, which was a bit tinny and a bit kind of cheap and nasty, whereas these cars are bordering on luxurious. They've got lovely sound deadening. You could spend quite a long time in this car. You would have no problem doing 300 plus miles in it in a single hit. It's a very nice place in here, and then once you hit a set of twisties, knock it down a few gears, and it will just run around like a little dog wagging its tail going, come on, more. I really don't know where this new fad of having these big pop-up screens has come from. Not enjoying that whatsoever. Unfortunately, Ford, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to put the steering wheel from an Iveco truck in here. It's such a big fat thing, and because the car is so small, it really kind of overwhelms the rest of the interior. there's so many buttons on this steering wheel. You can do everything you could possibly ever want to do, and it's kind of a bit overwhelming. So this car has a few different driving modes on it, like all cars do these days, because pretty much the whole thing's electrified in some way, shape or form. We are currently in normal mode, but if I push this button down here by the handbrake, we can change to sport mode. Now, sport mode makes the exhaust a little bit noisier. Throttle's a little bit more responsive in that it takes less pushing, but then it didn't take a lot of pushing to get it going in the first place, so not entirely sure why we would suddenly want to make that any better or more responsive. And then the final mode, which is track. I can't tell an awful lot of difference between that and the normal mode. So considering this is a stripped out hot hatch, it's not a stripped out hot hatch, the weight of this car is over 1,200 kilos, so it's almost 200 kilos heavier than the Integra. That is a sizable amount of weight in a car that's probably about half its length. But of course, in the Integra, what we don't have is heated seats, a heated steering wheel. A heated steering wheel? I'm not being funny, but the youth of today have really got to harden up a little bit. That's ridiculous. What else have we got in here? Obviously heated screens and all that kind of stuff, and a large lorry, which we'll get out of the way of. And there we go, the Fiesta ST3 driven. It's generally a pretty good car. It's quite a bouncy ride, so it's quite jiggly around town. It's good when you get out on the move, or at least becomes more compliant, which is better. The steering, I absolutely hate the steering. For normal manoeuvring, it's got this weird springiness around the centre that as soon as you turn it just a little bit, it's almost fighting you to get it back straight again, which is really, really odd and utterly annoying. And it doesn't matter what mode you're in, it still seems to want to do it. I wouldn't buy this car just for that very reason, because it just gets on my nerves so much. I quite like the fact that it's only 22 grand. I think that's an absolute bargain. It's pretty quick, it's fairly fuel efficient. It's got some really good mid-range because the turbo obviously gives you that bit of extra torque. It's quite fast around the lanes. It's set up properly. I mean, it feels like it wants to lift a rear wheel as you go around the corners, which is brilliant. Got really good turning. Can't feel much understeer at all. I think you'd have to be just barreling in way too quick to get the understeer to kick in. So in general, I think it's a good car. I would never buy one because of the steering. I just hate it to pieces. But, you know, it might not affect you if that's the type of thing you like. So there we go. The hot hatch hunt continues. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave comments, subscribe, and tick that notification bell for the next time that we have a video uploaded. And I'll see you on the next one.